Inshallah, and welcome to once again a fantastic Friday, a Venetian day. In this broadcast, I'm going to share some lunar guidance, some elemental energies, and just making our way to the center of a spirit, sun, and earth portal. This portal has shifted, however, it is very much active. And of course, welcome to today's fantastic Friday. And if you don't know me, my name is Tanya D, and I am your host. And today is more of a cosmic powerhouse as we stand on this threshold inside this portal of Lionsgate. We've been there for quite some time, but this is a very potent time for manifestation, activation, and alignment. The energies of the sun, Sirius, and the earth. It's like heaven coming to earth, actually. They're converging to open a gateway for spiritual growth, higher wisdom, downloads even, asking us if we're ready to take a cosmic leap. Even a generator leap is kind of what I'm sensing. As if that weren't enough, we've got the full sturgeon moon coming in tomorrow, August 9th, as well. And I just recognized how funny I am because I get gabbing away. The Lionsgate portal. Ritual of the Radiant Heart. This is in my online coven for those of you that are in there. But the full moon in Aquarius tomorrow. So this moon is all about illumination, revelation, releasing. It's perfect for cutting through old limitations, embracing new, innovative pathways. Aquarius wants us to think bigger and connect with the collective and really free ourselves from what holds us back. It's like the glimmer turning to gold. So we're going to dive into the Leo Aquarius axis and explore the Lionsgate, and really how it's really definitely expanding our consciousness, especially with Pluto in Aquarius. So it's like the shaman's portal, the 8th energetic center, along with our heart and our third eye. So we're going to explore a little bit of what the Aquarius full moon has in store for our manifestations. And also don't forget, I always have rituals, meditations. They're waiting for you in the online coven. And if you're looking to dive deeper into your practice and really access these transformative rituals and meditations, they really align with the current lunar and planetary energies. I kind of coined them before and kind of tune in. Plus, also, I have something exciting next week. We've got the Venetian workshop. Venus is entering the highway. She's already there. What am I saying? But my Venus workshop kicks off next Friday at 11:30 a.m. We're going to be tapping into the energy of Venetian, the Venetian goddess, for both love, beauty, manifestation, abundance, and ritual and receivership. So if you're ready to open up the chalice and receive those blessings, Venus has the door opened next week. And of course, stick around till the end. That's when I do my Mini-Cowry shell divinations. That's where I move the shells on your behalf to really offer some personalized insights. Just drop your birth year and month in the comments. And then I like to look in and see what the universe has in store for you. But the moon, the goddess of the night, is in Aquarius, rising into this full moon, the sturgeon full moon. So you may have felt, or you may be feeling what feelings are yours and maybe what feelings are not yours, actually. So really expecting the unexpected. It's like frequential shifts, fractals of repatterning. And that's really what I sense, is what I want to say. So as the moon is on its way into this climactic energy, this week's energy has been buzzing with this high voltage octaves. So we've arrived predominantly at the portal, the Lionsgate, a mystical power surge that really opens once a year for us. Everything happens for us, not to us. It's very rare and, of course, powerful. But this is our invitation to really fast track our manifestations and awaken not just our inner Leo, but also our inner goddess today, and align with our highest timeline. The universe is calling out to us, possibly whispering or nudging or even pushing. Sometimes sometimes we need a subtle push. It's really time to dream bigger, speak louder, invoke, walk through life as the main character that you are born to be, your brilliance, your star on the spiritual walk of fame. That's how I move the shells when I move the shells. And as a collective, it's like a collective grimoire, a chat. This energy is activated of like a group, like speaking to a group, either outside voice or your inside voice, and all those characters. And Mars is also shifted into Libra, trining and dancing with Uranus and Gemini. So this is about lighting the flames of collaboration. Gemini is like the multi-dimensional messenger, basically, and Uranus like dives into places we've never seen before. Very new connections, visionary group projects. Kind of reminds me of Elon Musk, just saying. But there's a very strong call to gather our soul squad, if you will, and co-create, aligning your magnetic efforts with others who really share your values. It's going to be eclectic and enigmatic, is kind of what I'm sensing. But this really is the perfect time to form those inspired or inspirited alliances. You already have them, you already know who they are, especially those that serve a higher collective purpose. I'm going to say it's more than 1%. I had this whole download last night, but otherwise, as we have a full moon, kind of a megaphone, a teleprompter, megaphone, if you will, a fractal, the Aquarius full moon, it's the energy of transformation. It's very intensified, especially with Pluto involved. So this cosmic moment is urging us to really reflect, like a mirror reflection, like a reflector, on how we use our influence and how influence is working through us. It's also called the etheric mirror, which, if you know what the etheric mirror is, you've joined me in, tap, tap, tap. You've joined me in a spiritual gift upgrade. But the secret here is to stay rooted in your Leo heart, but also reach for the stars on the Aquarius horizon. So it's all about embodying both the artist inside of you, but also the activist inside of you simultaneously. And be a leader with bold, open-hearted expression. Leo, the lioness hair. And I was kind of laughing at my hair, looking like a lioness. My progressed son's in Leo, so I had that moment as well. But really channeling passion into the collective innovations, but also having more meaningful collaboration. I feel like people forgot how to communicate and collaborate during the experience of what I coined 2020 experience. I know a lot of us went down that rabbit hole. But either way, be this way, just like an Aquarius energy would, grounding ourselves in what feels true, but also personal, individual, and sharing this energy with your community, your cause, your soul squad, your troopers. I'm thinking of Star Wars, the troopers. But really allowing and letting creativity become the connection and allowing your vision to rise. You know, sometimes we have to hold our visions to ourselves, but ultimately guide them by the power of love and utilize the megaphone, the broadcasting system of the galaxy, the spirit world, basically. And really invoke, I want to say call it in, like what it means to rise is going to be witnessed and not rushed. So take your time and give it space. Give time and space, best kept secret ever, to your innovative secrets. So with the moon in Aquarius, it's kind of fractaling our emotions today and into tomorrow. So the Aquarius full moon, the Sturgeon full moon, it's all about that eclectic, enigmatic kind of vibration. So think outside the box, be outside the box, big ideas, group energy, let your weirdness out, like be your weird energy and really tap into that visionary thinking, especially with Mars in the mix, in Libra, and Uranus literally in Gemini. So this trine is kind of magnetic eclectic anyway. But this is our time. It's our time to really lean into a community and connect with those people that are on our same frequency, energy, vibration, like-minded souls, basically. And let that weird wizard girl just vibrate her energy and flow into something collaborative, more meaningful, even alchemizing your energy. And emotionally, things might feel more intellectual than tender, actually, because it's this grimoire of air. Air is an elemental, but also I would bring in the other elements like metal, even, just saying, or mineral, stone. So don't mistake detachment for disconnection, like sit in your solitude. And if the world, often I find the world feels like it's on overdrive, that's when we want to tap into our own personal zone of neutrality. Try not to retreat into that isolation, but instead channel this energy into causes that really are heartfelt and they really matter to you. They speak to you, they spark conversations that get your mind buzzing. Curious minds, right? That really is where the magic happens, is in the curious architect of the manifestations of a mind buzzing. But if your natal moon is in Aquarius, this affirmation is for you. I honor the lightning. I like that already. I should have changed it a little bit. I honor the lightning of my mind and the pulse of my heart. I was thinking of like the peaking pulse. Sorry, I tuned this in later. I belong to the stars. We all do. We're all on a spiritual walk of fame, but I really like that. And I root my truth. As I liberate myself, I light the way for others. And just so you know, you could also subscribe on my YouTube channel and tune into the moon forecast. They're designed around your natal moon sign as the goddess transits through each season in astrology. So I like this as well. Be sure to tap into my meditation, my ritual, and the coven. If you're in there, by the way, it's all uploaded. And then the moon, of course, I had a moment to find this one. The moon moves into Pisces, and I really like this little imagery as well. But this is all about entering the dream weaver, a celestial cocoon, if you will. As the week is already wrapped up, we've had this full kind of megaphone broadcast with the moon's energy in this Lionsgate portal. And then Sunday, under the Piscean moon, we're kind of enveloped in the cocoon, literally, or maybe we're coming out of the cocoon, in this dreamy, introspective, kind of glowing energy. It's the perfect energy for really diving into the spiritual self-care, emotional reflection. It's like it really is the dream weaver. I would pay attention to your dream states of awareness. The beta, the theta, and the gamma, basically. But it's kind of like the genie gets let out of the bottle. It's kind of the gentle rituals that kind of bring our souls back online. But this is a very potent window. It's an opportunity to really journal, soaking in water as a ritual, either literal or metaphorical. We can do either. And create sacred space to simply just feel into your own magnetic magicness, feel deeply without any judgment, without any rush, like being in sacred space. I feel as if we're all being invited to sit in the stillness, the solitude, and even even doing some self-inquiry. But also don't forget to stay mindful, stay curious. That's where automatic writing comes in, because there may be a call to disassociate through this endless scrolling. Substances or zoning out is going to be very strong, but the energy or the timing is to resist it. Instead, be present, be in the zone of neutrality, but keep it soft, of course, sacred and slow. It's like being in your own glimmer. And let Sunday be all about resetting your emotional system, reconnecting with what truly nourishes you from within. This is our moment. It's our moment to realign with our own essence, our own divinity, and that energy. I find it quite interesting. And actually, the singer of intuition as well, if you're new here, and I'm sorry that's glaring, but that's the singer of initiation. So definitely going through an initiation. But an affirmation for the natal moons in Pisces. Your full broadcast will be happening on Monday. But a natal moon in Pisces during Leo season, this is your affirmation. I honor the softness in my sacred soul. Oh no, excuse me. I honor the softness in my soul as sacred power. I like sacred soul. I trust the unseen. I like that too. The unseen currents. I am on one today. The unseen currents to carry my magic where it is needed the most. And I apologize. I should have thought a little better when I picked these colors for Leo. But if you're a Pisces moon, moon is a waning moon. The Lunar Sage Grimoire is going to be out soon. I'm super stoked about that. So that's a wrap for this phase of today's journey on the lunar pathway here. So go ahead and take a pause, take a deep breath. And when I come back, from this little quick commercial break, we're going to dive into the elementals and how they kind of are shaping the energy in this moment, and how you can too as well tap into them for deeper alignment. And so just stay tuned, and I'll see you after the break as I take a pause myself and collaborate on the frequency.
The call to wisdom. Are you standing at a crossroads, seeking clarity amidst life's uncertainties? Do you yearn for a deeper understanding of your purpose, your challenges, and the unseen forces at play in your life? For generations, the Dagara people of West Africa have turned to their shells for profound wisdom and guidance. These ancient tools, imbued with the spirit of the ancestors, offer a unique pathway to self-discovery and destiny. As a certified cowrie shell diviner trained in the sacred Dagara tradition by the revered Elder Malidoma Patrice Somé, I am honored to be a bridge between your world and this ancient wisdom. Through a personalized cowrie shell divination, we can uncover hidden truths, identify blockages, and illuminate the path forward. Whether you seek guidance on relationships, career, health, or your spiritual journey, the cowries hold the answers you seek. It's time to step into your power, to embrace the wisdom that awaits you. Visit tanyad.tv to book your transformative cowrie shell.
Inshallah. And we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in today under the Lionsgate portal. And just so you know, these elements shift every year. I should have done this years ago, but however, we're going to dive into this elemental pathway, this cosmic architecture. It opens in like perfect precision. So today we stand in the day of the earth, yin earth rooster. This is the alchemist of refinement. So she sifts through the stardust and polishes away the grit until the soul's gold kind of gleaming and glittering the gold. So it's not like a rush and run kind of energy, just like I said before, for the Pisces moon's energy. It's a sacred craftsmanship. It's the slow turning of the wheel towards mastery, crafting the mastery. And the young wood monkey, our month, this is swinging through with innovation and playful genius simultaneously, reminding us that the universe rewards the bold and the curious. So doors appear where walls once stood. Solutions shimmer just beyond yesterday's reach. That's kind of the energy. And in the background, we've got this great conductor of the entire year. Really is the conductor, and we're midstream, right? So the yinwood snake coiling around the axis of transformation. We're all going through this. But her medicine is depth, intuition. It's the art of shedding what no longer serves. And we're all going through that. It's the energy of the year, leaving behind this luminous skin of wisdom. So Lionsgate isn't just an opening in the sky. It's the alignment of our inner pillars. Earth to root, wood to grow, and metal to shape. So it's about stepping through today's gate with grounded grace and this open-hearted vision. So allow and let your inner rooster or your hen refine your destiny, like with focus. So our monkey, imagine its wildest form, and our snake, like carrying us through this spiral of transformation. So the gate, it's open, and the path is definitely each and every one of us. So as a elemental energetic breakdown with the Lionsgate portal this year, 2025, the young wood monkey and the monk, this energy is new. It's bursting onto the scene like a clever little trickster. It's climbing this cosmic ladder, nimble but very intuitive and inventive, unafraid to disrupt what's already stale or been stagnant. And young wood, that's bold growth. It pushes through the canopy, reaching for new light. Imagine a tree growing out of a stone, or a birthing of something new out of a tree trunk stump. That's this energy. And the The monkey adds adaptability and cunning energy, turning those challenges into games. The monkeys are kind of tricksters. They detours into the discoveries. It's like taking the path that somebody told you not to go down. And being in the yin wood snake year, this fresh pillar brings this eclectic tension between speed and strategy, where the snake prefers the slow, deliberate coil. I don't know about you, but I have been seeing snakes everywhere. I don't know if I'm like calling them in, but this transformation is there. And the monkey speaks or invokes, it's telling us to leap and see where we land. Like just jump into it. But together, they spark this very rare infusion. So the snake and the monkey are both pillar directions, but they're also birthing energies. The snake births metal, and the monkey is the birth energy of water in Chinese metaphysics, basically. A metaphysician, an elemental metaphysician. So this fusion, it's this rapid movement fueled by this deep wisdom. So for the Lion's Gate, this is a very potent manifestation fuel. And the snake is whispering our long-term visions. And the monkey is building the bridge in these very radical, is what I want to say, unexpected ways. And the yang wood of the month from the heavenly universe, this is ensuring that we grow through it all, even when it feels very uncomfortable. So as a takeaway, or what is the takeaway? This is an elemental cosmic invitation to act swiftly, but not blindly. Trusting your instincts, but allow and let the snake's patience lace every leap with purpose, every shedding with a goal, basically. So kind of just breathing it in. This is as if the cosmic stage is really shifted. The Yangwood monkey, the month is swinging, a monkey swinging on the branch, carrying the daring spark of those new beginnings. And Yangwood is this unstoppable sprout that's pushing through that stone. The monkey is kind of our clever celestial kind of acrobat, if you will, turning every obstacle into an opportunity. So I really like this frequency and this energy. However, we are still in the yin wood snake year. So we've got this keeper of ancient strategies and hidden wisdom, and the snake is coiling quietly. The snake is in solitude, waiting for the exact moment to strike. So together, they form a very rare union. The monkey takes bold leaps that are woven with the snake's patient precision. They're working together, literally. And the yin fire rooster of our day brings the refinement of discernment. So this is the ability to see what shines and what should be shed simultaneously. So just pay attention, sharpen your gaze, and this is like magnetizing, ensuring that every step through this gateway is very intentional for your own heart, like what illuminates your own brilliance. And now the Lion's Gate is like, it's yawning open, like the gate is open. This ancient portal of starlight, fire, earth, soil, aligning our hearts with the Sirius sun, spiritual energy, the air humming, vibrating even with quantum possibilities. So this really is a moment to weave our vision into the tapestry of the cosmos. I would even say our little quarks. I'm saying quarks. So really allow the snake to show you the depths of your soul's blueprint. And let the monkey guide you to climb higher than you thought you ever could. And let the yang wood, the restlessness, growth of it, pull you towards your own becoming. Stepping through with courage, which is also the refinement of metal. And we've got a rooster and a monkey. And at the hour of the dog, that was a directional energy of the west. So speak your intentions out loud, invoke them, and feel the solar lion's breath, the breath of the lion in the solar frequency, awakening the part of you that really remembers why you came here in the first place. It's the remembering of your becoming. This gate is open, but ultimately the leap is each and every one of us individually, the leap is yours. So there's the energy for this. Thanks for joining me, of course, as always, for this segment, this elemental segment. Once again, we're going to have a short break. And when we return, I'll have one of my very favorite parts of the show, which is divination, some elemental guidance for your own personal data. So I like that as well on this magical day. Are you ready to tap into the cosmic currents and amplify your manifesting power? Join our monthly coven, a sacred space to elevate your desires through the wisdom of the stars. We've journeyed through the age of AI, balancing intuition and technology. We've unlocked the magnetic pole of your natal moon sign, and now delve into mind plus emotions for manifesting mastery, harnessing the power of your natal Mercury. Each month brings a new celestial focus, a new pathway to your dreams. Visit TanyaD.tv workshops to learn more and join the monthly coven. Your manifesting journey awaits. Hello, we are back. However, I'm going to switch this up because I'm hilarious. And I know you know I'm funny because I am. So as we wait for a cosmic invitation, somebody to comment their year and month of birth, dropping that in the comments in the show notes. I'm kind of multitasking. I just want you to know, in a private cowrie shell divination, I do create personalized rituals designed to align you with your own unique energetic algorithm, your own personal elemental energy, all working together as an elemental guidance, especially with ritual, beginning with a conversation that really spans these ancient wisdom, these traditions, blending both the structural energies, the wisdom of the East, and the ancient medicines, the living oracles of the West, from Burkina Faso, West Africa, where cowrie shell divination actually, for myself, along with Chinese metaphysics, it kind of blended together. It was a call from spirit. But for me, it's an elemental pathway. In the 4 pillars of destiny, I call this, in a way, your elemental foundation, your elemental mapping. It's kind of a static blueprint. It's a picture of your own energetic terrain, the one you were born with, and the terra firma. So what does this do? This tells us what you're made of energetically, revealing your elemental balance, your strength, your inherent challenges, down to taste even, careers. It does the whole thing. The lifeline patterns that really define each and every one of us. I feel like it's this deep knowledge of our core nature, coming from our day master, which I talk about every week, the energy of the day and the hour that we're born in when we arrive on the planet. So if your chart reveals that you have dominant wood element, which this chart really doesn't, but it does have a lot of nature, yang wood and yang wood in the tiger, both bursting through, you're a natural visionary, a planner, a leader, very innovative. Elon Musk's chart actually looks very similar, not the same, but of course similar. But you may experience or even see that your greatest opportunities for growth lie in innovation. It's the unseen, it's the otherworldly, being outwardly unique, being different. But knowing your elemental choreography, this map really isn't enough. We also need to know the weather, the temperature of this map. So this is where the ancient wisdom of cowrie shell divinations come in. So I use the shells as a living oracle, a living, breathing spirit, basically. So we have this dynamic conversation with the universe and the shells. So I don't really consult them for just a basic reading. I cast them to address your specific question. You're the querent in the very moment that you schedule. And it's the way that these shells fall, their patterns and their positions on the cloth, the divination cloth, that really give direct and actionable insights, telling us in a private session what's happening right now for the querent, being you. So the shells provide this living, breathing perspective on the very moment that you're in at that time. And how I bring them together, it's an elemental mapping. So the 4 pillars that I'm showing here on the screen, that represents the why behind your life patterns. And the cowrie shells are the how to navigate them. So this chart here shows a person who has powerful wood element. It's their day master, somebody who's a natural visionary, innovative, percolating ideas, but maybe they've been feeling stuck. So when they ask the shells, or I move the shells sometimes, what is blocking this person's natural growth, the shells may fall in a pattern that points to a specific relationship of the person, whoever I'm reading. So they all point into whatever that could be. It could be emotional, it could be fear based, which is that just false evidence affecting our reality. Or it could be an old habit, something, a pattern we keep doing, different relationships with the same face, but different face, same energy. And the chart, the 4 pillars, gives us the context of your own soul's journey. And the shells provide the specific time-sensitive message to guide your next step through a ritual. So it's this magical, beautiful synergy that I use, and honoring this wisdom of your own energetic cosmic blueprint, elemental pathway, basically, while listening to the immediate guidance of the universe simultaneously. So it's not just a dual approach, it's kind of a mystical mage, if you will, allowing not just myself, but also you to understand your own elemental frequency and to use this knowledge to really make those conscious, empowered choices. It really is an otherworldly spirit to spirit conversation that leads to your own innate personal wisdom and those aha moments. So the shells, in their honesty, may also, I find, often reveal where adversity is on the horizon. They could point to a challenge, a crossroads, a roadblock, forces of adversity, even a heavy energetic force that you must contend with. So I'm not saying this to invoke fear. It's really like an energy, a message, a mystic message of preparation, preparing you. And for this, that's when we move from understanding to a very powerful, tangible form of action. And ritual. Ritual is a prescription. And the elements are not just descriptions, they are living forces that we can actually engage with. So when the shells highlight a specific adversity, that's when I look to your 4 pillars chart to see where your personal elemental system, in case I'm showing this chart, is out of balance. And you may notice something in this chart that is out of balance, which, for instance, this chart shows a scarcity like 0 of the water element, 0 water, which governs emotions, intuitions, and the shells could indicate a period of emotional turmoil. So the ritual for this person, depending how I move the shells, the ritual may be just as simple as spending time in nature, by a lake, taking a sacred bath, consciously hydrating, focusing on reflection, reconciliation, going to the waters, doing an offering, but also frequency of element to be or live by water, moving water, but also using that gift of intuition and your emotions, communication, because water in the 4 pillars is also communication, Mercury energies, to balance out the whole chart. So we're using the very element that we need to bring balance back into your life. So maybe your chart reveals an overabundance of the energy of metal. This chart just has 1 in the heavenly universe, young metal in the hour. So that governs logic, structure, focus, honing in. So the shells may show that you're being obviously maybe too rigid, too structured, unrefined. So I might prescribe a fire-based ritual, which this chart has a shit ton of fire, so I probably wouldn't. However, depending on the other elements, fire is a creative project. It's the dance, lighting candles, doing a ceremony to really ignite the passion and the warmth needed to soften the flow, even the gazing into a candle. So this is ultimate power of the entire process. And the 4 pillars gives us this blueprint. The shells give us the divine message, and it's through ritual that I'm given the opportunity to personalize and give you an elemental prescription. So it's this very conscious, sacred act of bringing you back into harmony with your own unique energetic truth. And once you get on that pathway, we all have energetic hiccups, myself included. So in this way, I don't simply predict adversity. I kind of meet it at the crossroads, if you will. And I use ritual as this very powerful tool to step into your own power and heal those imbalances and harmonize your spirit with the very forces of the universe at play that are there to guide us. So I really like this. So for those of you that are still tuning in, all you have to do is comment your birth month or year in the show notes there, the comments, and I move my shells on your behalf. And that's kind of what I'm invoking. That's why I did that spiel, because a lot of people don't understand how these elementals play energetically. So I'm basically doing feng shui for your body and your home energetically. Sometimes it's just whatever drops in at that moment in a personal session. I don't dive in on my live show, just saying. But if you want me to move the shells on your behalf, all you have to do is comment your month of birth and your year of birth, and that's kind of my telltale sign that I dive into, and directions in time and space. I kind of get intuitive great breakthroughs. I almost said great throughs. Intuitive breakthroughs. Yeah, they are great throughs. So as I wait for somebody to tune in, I like that. I'm going to add a little more incense here. Yeah, I'm going to be doing lunar sage incense soon with snake medicine. I'm super excited about that. There we go. Okay, well, you know, as we wait for somebody to comment, I know sometimes people get shy, but also if I don't get somebody to comment, as we close the energy or the show's energy, the flow of today, this elemental frequency, I always want to be an attitude of gratitude for those of you that do tune in, join me later, watch a replay. We really did tap into the elemental and these cosmic energies that are happening for us, and just really gravitating and exploring how the universe truly is guiding us if we're open to that awareness. But of course, if you're ever feeling called for more personalized insights, don't forget you can schedule a private session with me online. It's all recorded. And I do extras. I'm not going to say I don't. I'm always an extra. But together we can tap in and dive into your energy and uncover your unique path and really align you with your highest potential. Like the timing is now. And if you're really ready to take the journey to the next level, I would highly suggest joining my workshop, my online coven. We do meet regularly, monthly, for live workshops, rituals, and meditations. They're all in there. I craft them ahead of time so you have time to gather items. But ultimately, they're always designed to help you align with your own cosmic elemental flow, the elementals, because we are in an elemental foundation, and somehow I feel like we got away from ritual and the foundations of the elements, whether it's herbs, minerals, all of it, basically, food. I mean, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but really using the elements, nature, to manifest our highest desires. So there is that. So as I don't have anybody climaxing in to share your birth month and year to move the shells on your behalf, that's kind of what I do in a private session. I just wanted to glimmer the gold and share insights about that and what that looks like. And just remember, next week we do kick off the Venetian workshop. Super elated about that. So in my workshops, this workbook is probably close to 40 pages, but we're going to be diving into the energy of Venus. And we all have Venus somewhere. We all have Libra somewhere. We all have a relationship house. And really just unlocking your own love, beauty, and really access abundance in your life, which we have everywhere. I just think sometimes we forget. So if you're ready to open your chalice and really receive these blessings that Venus has to offer, join me in this workshop. It's 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time next Friday in the Coven, the online Coven. But as always, thank you for being here today. as you're kind of being shy, which happens. Go enjoy the portal. Check out my ritual. It's amazing. The meditation. And of course, YouTube. I've got my Musing Moon meditations there. If you have ever tuned into a Musing Moon meditation, please let me know. The meditations always include a ritual as well, whether it's for the insights of the season. But as always, keep sharing your light, stay aligned with your own rhythm, and do remember that you are the magic in this universe. You are your own mage. Of course, I'll see you next Friday. Join me at 3 p.m. And also be sure to join me next week for the Venetian workshop. And as always, ashe and blessings, since we don't have anybody that wants me to move the shells. I'll see you on the other side.